our courage, time to be deployed. Make our only stand here, make our roads complete. All we waited for now, past the future meet. Get your weapons ready, kiss loved ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Fight the war. Fight the war. Fight the war. Oh, who knows why we're fighting? It's about the bite. Let the writers writing settle wrong from right. In the time of conflict, when the bullets fly, in the space of seconds, a life you cannot buy. Face the facts before you, face the simple truth. We're hopelessly outnumbered, it's tragic but it's true. Make your last formation, take the final road. Now it's time for endings, now it's time to go. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war. Souls in the ruins, rubble in the streets, corpses near the buildings, all is light and heat. Time to take a stand, boys, time to make a choice. Time to find our courage, time to be deployed. Make our only stand here, make our roads complete. All we waited for now, past the future meet. Get your weapons ready, kiss the ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war. Yeah, it's me harmonizing below. I think that's the third below it, or maybe it's the fifth. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, I got to think about that. Oh my God. Hey, what's going on, everybody? What is up, Argonauts? Welcome to a Friday night, Friday, March 27th, 2015, here in the big city. 50s today, so we're starting to gradually move towards spring. What's up, everybody? I hope everyone is doing well. It is a pleasure to see everyone today. I had a lot of fun last night, and we're going to have more fun today. I hope everyone is doing well out there and is looking forward to day 2 of Pillars of Eternity. Before I get to that, just a couple of reminders about things going on, a couple things you guys need to know. First of all, to support the stream, you guys know the way that we do it, and this is really important. It's the kind of thing I'm just trying to emphasize as we get started, as we continue to spread the word about the show. Exclamation point CTT, that will get you over to your retweet, where you can tweet out the stream. I'm really trying to push that if you're able to tweet it, or mention it on a message board, or talk about it on a forum, or things like that. Again, not in an annoying way, but just in a way, if you're part of a regular community, being able to support us by talking about us on that community that's related would be very much appreciated. So hit the video share button underneath the window, or exclamation point CTT. Exclamation point ARVTube will get you over to my YouTube channel, where all of the past broadcasts of the show can be found. And we are now up to over 200, and I think it's 283 or 284 subscribers on YouTube. That has gone great guns, I think, because we're closing in on like 8,000 views on that interview I did with Josh Sawyer for Pillars of Eternity. So that's been a big help. And yeah, a lot of interest around the channel. So that is great. So if you want to check that out, that is always appreciated. And of course, last but not least, Steam group will get you over to the Steam group with the Arvanauts, where we have 220 members right now and growing all the time. And that is where you can find out extra information about this stream and where I will often post before I go live on it as well. So we're doing that also. Pillars of Eternity tonight, day 2 of Pillars of Eternity tonight. Tomorrow night is going to be day 6 of Icewind Dale with the Infinity and Beyond crew. I think there's 4 of us committed, but there's 2 people are going to be gone. Series Runner and Inam are both going to be out. So the question is whether or not we may end up having one of us is going to be running 2 people, but I think we're going to be doing Icewind Dale tomorrow. I'm sort of working under that premise. If they don't, then I will be doing more of this game. So one way or the other, you'll get a stream from me tomorrow. Then that'll be it for me until Tuesday, and then Tuesday I will do my normal stream, and I will move on to the next day of Pillars of Eternity as well. Now, I will then be flying out the following day, Wednesday. I'm flying out to Seattle for NorwestCon, a convention that I've gone to last couple of years. If you happen to be in the Seattle area, I would love to see any or all of you there. I'm going to be on 5 or 6 panels. I'm doing a reading as well. George R.R. Martin is the guest of honor, so they expect it to be pretty packed. So I'm very much looking forward to that, and I'm going to be gone from Wednesday until the following Tuesday. So there will be no Thursday or Friday stream from me, or at least not any game stream. I might take a look and see if we have like a reading or something like that, if it's possible to broadcast it on here, but given the way that hotel internet generally works, I doubt very much that that's going to happen. So best guess is that I'm not going to be here next Thursday or Friday, and so you'll only get the one stream from me next week. I'll then be flying back in on Tuesday of the week after that, and so I should be able to do my normal stream on the Tuesday evening following. So that's what we're looking at with that. Let me see. I think that was all I wanted to mention about that, is that I've got that coming up. Yes. So just sort of to keep that in mind. Pillars of Eternity is going to be the game that we're focusing on for a while now. When Pillars of Eternity finishes, I will then finish up with a session or 2 on Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. And then once that is finished, I will probably do another Fighting Fantasy game book. And then once that's finished, then we'll take a look around and see what happens when the smoke clears. At that point, it may be close to The Witcher, and I may be moving on to The Witcher 3, or I may do a couple of interim games between then do The Witcher 3. Arkham Knight has been pushed back to late June, which I am not unhappy about because there's plenty of other stuff that I got to get through as well. So that may be down the line. So we'll see. But that is what we are looking at over the next couple of days, or next couple of months, I should say, on the stream. With all that said, let me say hi to everybody who's in the stream so far. Let me say hi to Zebchi, to Yazshal, to Xanist, to Varney, to Topkin, to Tanshore, to Shattermage. What's up to Polar? What's up to Riverdusk? Hello, Red Web. What's going on, Red Moon? What's up, Ocadrian? What's going on, man? What's up, Maritzi? What's up, Mercurius? What's up, Lord? What's up, Lithril? Hello, Porquitos. What's up, Jasariad? Hey, Jedi Knight. What's going on, Graydon? What's up, Glob Monkey? Hello, Tanuki. What's up, Edgy? What is going on, Dublity? What is going on, Darken Wolf? Hello, Arcades. What's going on, Acanario? Hello, Law. Hello, Glog. Hello, Burner. And hello, Dragonspear. And hello, Apples. Good to see all of you guys here. You guys are all the best. It is a pleasure to see everybody. And yeah, they do have free Wi-Fi at most conventions, but their free Wi-Fi is like, I will now download your email for you. Like, I mean, it is terrible, most hotel internet. I think I have been probably, to my lifetime, I've been probably to 75 to 80 conventions, I would say. Probably more than that, because I probably average now about 5 or 6 a year, and I've been doing this a while. So probably I might even have been close to 100 conventions at this point and conferences, and I can count probably on the fingers of one hand the time that I had legitimate internet. Like probably 4 or 5 times at most is the only time I had legit internet. The rest of it was just like pulling teeth. So it's, ugh. That's what I'm saying, is just ugh. But anyway, but that's fine, you know, so we'll do what we do. All right, and I think that's the only other announcement I wanted to make, other than just to say, you know, about the whole, like, you know, winter is coming. ArvCon is coming. That's all I'm going to say. ArvCon is coming. That's your little teaser. That's what you got. Hello, everybody. Good to see everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome, welcome. Welcome into the stream. It's a pleasure to see all of you here. Today I am wearing, in honor of my poor dog Lilo, I am wearing my North Shore Animal League of America shirt, which I actually got, I believe, the day or the week that I got her now 11 and a half years ago. And so I am wearing this in her honor. And if you have not already done so, if you've ever had a chance, North Shore Animal League is the largest no-kill animal shelter in the United States and one of the largest in the world. I love these people. When Hurricane Katrina happened and there were these horrible disasters where you had all these people who were being taken away from their pets, which, by the way, was about the stupidest thing I've ever heard of, instead of having a plan in place that allowed people to be rescued along with their beloved cat or dog or anything else. They've since then put in plans to avoid that from happening. But in any case, when that happened, these folks were the ones who went down and saved a bunch of animals from what was going on down in Katrina. So these people are the best. If you ever get a chance, if you're up in the New York area or if you're in the tri-state area, because they actually run a mobile adoption thing, definitely, you know, consider checking them out because they are good peoples. I am a big fan of them. Okay, with all that said, we have got day 2 of Pillars of Eternity, people. I am super excited. We got started last night and we made some good progress in it. And I wanted to mention, by the way, for those of you who are here, I don't see Messiah in here yet. Do I? I don't see Messiah in here yet. But when she comes in, I'm going to have to tell her that she was right about something. And that is that because of this having been built in Unity, I did some research today, and I discovered that it actually, there is no full screen as such, in quotes, in Pillars of Eternity. Their full screen is borderless windowed mode. Now, the only problem is that when you click outside of the window, it pauses the game and alt-tabs it, which I don't want it to do. I would love it. I mean, I don't care if it pauses the game per se, but I would like to be able to, you know, click onto a window and then be able to type without it actually all tabbing out. But the good news about that is that it means that I can basically keep it in full screen. It's much more stable, and that means that there's going to be not too much of a difficulty in terms of being able to see everything that's on the screen. So I think we've tweaked it adequately. There have been some people who've complained about the font sizes, which is what I was complaining about, which is that if you reduce the font size of the conversations on the screen window, it also reduces the font size in your journal, and all of a sudden you have like super, super squinty text in your journal, and you have normal size text in the dialogue window. So hopefully they're going to listen to that, and they're going to add a slider that'll allow you to adjust those things separately. But other than that, though, I mean, I have no complaints so far about this game. I am a big fan of Pillars so far, and yeah, it is good stuff. And so I think the time has come, people, to get into it. Let's do it up. Pillars, I summon you. Yeah, I was doing something similar, Top. Yep. All right, now I need to remember where the hell I was. Let's see. 3/27/2015. Gilded Vale. I think it's probably Gilded Vale, but 4 hours, 44 minutes. I think that's the one. Yeah. I really wish that you could actually name the save games what you want. That would be helpful to me, actually, so. Mimo monitors. What is this now? To one computing device. Use it instead of tabbing out. Oh, I see. Huh. Well, I mean, I have 3 monitors, though, Dragon. I mean, you know, I feel like I have 3 monitors. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. It's just loading. I do have 3 monitors. I'm so glad I fixed that zoom issue, though. Oh,
I shall.
So
17
nice.
and a half.
Okay, here we go. Now, before I check with that, before I check with Ader, I want to take a look at the journal. So I'm going to do this. What I've decided is I'm going to do this. I really love this feature. There is a biography feature. Only 3 monitors. Such a scrub. I want to be able to do this. So basically the way this works is the biography actually builds itself and writes itself as you go through and make various choices in the game. So what I'm going to do is at the beginning of every game session, I'm going to read my biography just to sort of give us a sense of what's happened to this point. It's a good sort of summary in this way. So that would be beneficial here. So, Arven Elleron, Ranger, as we speak. Your whole life you live for the thrill of discovery and exploration, finding irresistible the siren call of the far reaches and unknown places of the world. Many live their lives perfectly content within the confines of one small town, but to you such a fate would have been a death sentence. Hailing from Deadfire Archipelago, you chose to live among the frontier. Living so far from civilization, however, made you and others in the vicinity vulnerable to attack, and a day of violent pillaging by raiders left you mangled and without a home. You have decided to travel to Gilded Vale in order to distance yourself from your old life, and it may not be long before you depart in order to further increase the distance. That distance. You fell ill traveling with a caravan bound for Gilded Vale. The caravan master sent you off with one of his guides, Kaliska, in search of a remedy. While out searching for the remedy, you were ambushed and returned to your camp to find it slaughtered at the hands of angry locals. You dealt with them only to be nearly killed by a wind that threatened to shear your soul from your body. You escaped with Hayden and Kaliska into an ancient ruin. I know, isn't it, Lithril? It's like perfect, like, stay a while and listen. You emerged from the ruin to find a strange ritual being performed at some kind of ancient machine. There was a man there who commanded others, and there was something oddly familiar about him. As he left, the machine began to spin, generating some kind of energy, and there was a blast that felt like windstorm you had encountered earlier. It turned the others who had been with him to ash, and neither Hayden nor Kaliska survived. You were knocked unconscious by the blast, and when you came to, you felt odd. You were seeing things, hearing things. You departed the ruins, attempting to reach Gilded Vale on foot, where hopefully you'd be able to find someone who could cure you. When you arrived in Gilded Vale, you found that the town was not the growing and prosperous settlement you had been told it was. Instead, you found a dying town at the mercy of a phenomenon called Waidwen's Legacy, and received a cold welcome from the town magistrate. Your prospects of settling in Gilded Vale looked bleaker as it was, but they may have been totally dashed when the tolling bells of Raedric's Hold announced that their master's child had not been born in good health. The magistrate advised you to rest at an inn. You helped an Adair wizard named Aloth out of a scrape with the locals of Gilded Vale. He was understandably grateful to find company for the road. When you tried to sleep, it was restless, full of encroaching whispers, and you experienced a vivid nightmare. You saw an old dwarf woman hanging from the tree in the center of Gilded Vale. She said a single word, Watcher. You approached the hanged dwarf woman from your dreams, and found that through some means you were able to converse with her. You learned that you were a Watcher, perhaps as a result of your brush with death at the ruins, and that this has given you some kind of otherworldly vision, though the dwarf was able to tell you few details. She advised you to speak to an old Watcher named Merwald, who is master of a keep in the area and might be able to help. Alright, that sums us up, folks. And what we have right now is open quests, is basically 2 plus 1 that's not on my map, but I want to do this, or not on my quest list, but I want to do it first. The main quest is the Spirit of Caldara de Baranzi, one of Lord Raedric's unfortunate victims, has directed me toward Caed Nua, where I will find a man named Merwald. Caldara has informed me that I have become something known as a Watcher, and that this Merwald is a Watcher as well. Perhaps he can tell me more about what's happening to me. Caed Noal is southeast of Gilded Vale, past the Black Meadow. I'll have to travel there if I'm to speak with Merwald. Okay, so that's the main quest. Then I have the Smith's shipment. To Atanu, Gilded Vale's smith has been expecting a shipment of supplies for a long time. He worries that something has befallen the wagon, which was traveling along the eastern road toward Gilded Vale. And Tuantu has asked me to seek out one of the Black Hammer Smithery's supply wagons, which was expected to arrive in Gilded Vale several days ago. He suggested I might find some trace of it within the Black Meadow, which lies to the southeast of Gilded Vale. So both of those things are to the south. But the thing that I want to do is this little note that I had here. There was a wall in the ruins that I couldn't scale because I didn't have the right equipment, and there's that goddamn bear up there. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to use the grappling hook to get up the wall and find out what's up there, and then I'm going to go and see if I can take out the bear now that I have my good old wizard friend with me. So now you guys are caught up. Now you know everything that is going on with me. So I'm going to go do that before I start dealing with these other things. I want to do that before I go down and do these other sort of side quests and things. So, yeah. So let's do it. I do. I've got my companion. Okay. Valewood, yep. Yeah, I do. I did find him, yep. Wait, the hell are you?
Welcome.
This man appears to be hurriedly dismantling his camp in quick, jerky movements. He looks up as you approach, his expression tense and drawn. Greetings, he says, a little breathless. On your way south, is it? Actually, I'm going north, but he wipes his brow, turning to face you. The sooner you're clear of these woods, the better, I think. Let's see. What's your hurry? The man looks down at the tent and then at his hands. I mean to follow my own advice. Came out here on a hunt. Me and a friend of mine. Thought we'd bring a stag home, eat something other than bread for once. Came up on a bear instead. Great monstrous thing. And Pearly, he didn't make it. I know about this bear. I've seen him. He shakes his head. I don't know what I'll tell his wife. In any case, this forest already cost me a friend. I'm heading home before it takes anything else. Well, who are you? Name's Nanton. Born and raised in Gilded Vale. Haven't had a spot of luck since. His face twists. Luckier than Pearly, I suppose. What happened to your friend? We didn't see it coming. We were following a stag. Pearly, he saw something in the brambles, and we went tearing off after it. We all but stumbled into the cave. Poor Pearly didn't stand a chance. The bear was on top of him before we knew it was happening. The beasts will take what they will, I suppose. He smiles sadly. And this time, Galawain's favor fell upon the bear. Where'd you find this bear? In a cave a ways up that way. He turns to point to the northwest. I wouldn't seek it out if I were you. It was a great brute of a beast. Would hate to hear that it took another life. Farewell. But quite frankly, I already know about this bear. We're going to avenge Pearly. Oh, yeah. Pearly is going to be avenged. There is no doubt about that. We are going to avenge the hell out of Pearly. Before we do any of that, we are going to go up here, which is where the bandit camp was. I think. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Where is this place? Where is it? Where's the precious? That's that. Right there. The ruins. This is where I'm going. What's up, Maritzi? Dead Pearly's surname was Gates. Pearly Gates. Very nice. Very, very nice. Alright. Here we go. These aged walls appear to have once encircled this entire glade. Only a small fragment remains, and the stairs leading to the top. Okay. The stairs leading to the top of the structure have crumbled away. Use a grappling hook. You give the grappling hook a few swings for momentum and let fly, and the hook lodges easily behind a pile of stones at the upper edge of the wall. A few tugs on the rope suggest that it will stay put. On to the top. With the help of the rope, you make your way up the face of the wall and over the side. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Fulvano's gloves. And a scrawled letter. Oh, I can't take that? Oh, because I've already got 4 of them. Shoot. Alright. I've only got 4 camping supplies, so... Alright, where are those gloves? Oh, there they are. Fulvano's gloves. Reflex +5, +5 reflex. Though never as famed as he would claim, the Valian explorer Fulvano was known as an eccentric who wished to see the world. Where possible, he traveled by foot to gain a local's appreciation for the sights, sounds, and smells of the lands he passed through. In practice, however, Fulvano often claimed that his explorations proved only that the world outside of the Valian republics was a foul, smelly place that paled in comparison to his homeland. These gloves are said to have belonged to Fulvano, who often found himself in need of some protection as he climbed harsh terrain or maneuvered through forests. While thick enough to provide some warmth, they are meant first and foremost to be flexible enough not to hinder delicate tasks. I will use these for now. Yeah, that's right. Who are we to judge, right, Lithril? What's up, Luckerson? No, we have not discovered what the soul thing is yet. But we will. Because we got extra reflex. But we will, because we're going to be heading off to do that in not too long a time. But I just wanted to get this, which I have, and then I want to see if I can deal with that bear. I do not think you will ever see this, but you were right, Fulvano. We should have journeyed south together and been safer for it. I would tolerate all the gloating in the world if I might live to hear it. I have put myself out of reach of the beasts circling below, but I am done for all the same. I do not think I will rise again. Whoever finds this, pray for me. Perhaps in the next life I shall be a trapper of wolves. Ah, poor guy. A moment of respect. Okay. My dog is like, hey, what? Alright, from the edge of the wall you can see an old cobblestone road turning south in the patchy trees of the Valewood. Your grappling hook and rope are still here, allowing for a relatively easy descent. Swing yourself over the side and pick your way back down to ground level. Okay. Did I get my grappling hook back, though? Is my grappling hook stuck now? Did it use up my grappling hook? It didn't use up my grappling hook, did it? Did it use up my grappling hook, really? Oh, that's annoying. What is it, a one use only? Like it breaks? Come on now. I'm gonna have to go get a new one now. Oh well. It's alright, it was worth it. Okay, now we're gonna see if we can deal with this bear. Oh, and also... why am I not able to... I'd like to delete this note, please. Oh my god, really? Alright, there we go. Okay, and 100 yards bear right. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. I want to know how to delete notes. That would be useful. Now, I got absolutely smoked by this bear last time I was here, but that was a level or two ago, and it was before I had my wizard. But if you go onto the forums, a lot of people have been bitching about this bear. So, I am not alone. Hopefully, this time, things will be different. Hopefully. Alright, bear time. Stop. Bear time. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Ah, yes. Cheese! You will also have some cheese, sir. +1 damage reduction. Okay. Good. He has the right to bear arms. Oh, dear God. Oh, God, the Baldur's Gate bear. I'm telling you, man, that bear was nasty. That bear ran the show. Okay, here we go. Now.
Yes?
Jeez. Beer.
Aye?
Okay.
I shall be discreet.
Okay, dazzling lights, no. Fan of flames, no. Sunless grasp, no. Minor missiles, no. Wait. Rolling flame. Here we go.
How may I help?
You get the hell out of the way. You get the hell up here.
Yes?
You attack. Ah, he's already injured. Okay, now.
Aye?
Necrotic Lance.
I'm here.
You, unravels the vital essence. Crucible of the soul?
Lava will be on seek.
Okay, now.
Yes.
And let's see.
Lava will be on seek.
Oh, crap. My bear! My wolf! No, that's too dangerous. Cheese and bear. I have a flaming bear charging at you. It does play a lot like Icewind Dale. It feels a lot like Icewind Dale, for sure. Okay.
I'm here.
Glad you're here, because...
That's not very helpful.
Ow. Hurry up.
It's not working.
I mean, it's not working.
Aye? Lava will be on... Yes? Seek. I'm wounded.
I noticed. Oh, he's near death. He's near death.
Arthur were Thunroth. He won't show him the wit feather yet.
Oh, crap. Hurry up. Oh, damn it. Oh, I almost had him. God bless it. I almost had him. Oh, man. I almost had this bear. This bear is going down. I'm taking this bear down. Almost had this bear. Almost had it.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I almost had it. I think the principle is right. I just have to make sure that yeah. So let's see.
How may I help? Yes, of course.
Let's move you back here. You, I want you up there. This barely beat me. Unbearable tension. Yeah, I should have marked the target. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was my bad. I should have marked the target. Okay, but I can't mark the target before he hits it with the burning thing. Also, let me quick save. Because if I do that,
the better part of valor. I shall.
Then he doesn't, if I do that, then it creates a bad situation. Like, basically, it causes the bear to come out. Okay, now you run like hell. God, the bear is, like, so terrifying how fast it moves.
It's not working!
Should we stop saying it's not working? It is working! Alright.
Yes?
Now, Necrotic Lance.
Yes? Lava will be on sea.
Okay.
How may I help?
Next step is missiles. Wounding shot. Oh crap.
Lava will be on.
Oh no. Back off, back off.
I'm here. Seek.
Ah.
Yes.
Please God get this off.
Off.
Okay.
Feeling the strain.
Near death. Near death. Come on now, you can do it.
Yes.
You can do it.
Lava.
Yeah! Woo! Down goes the bear. Aw, yeah. I barely felt it. There we go. Kapow.
Yes? Of course.
I knew we had a shot. Once I saw how close I came the last time, I knew we had a shot.
Aye? Indeed.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, cool.
Indeed.
Whoa, what's going on over there? What the hell is that? Mice crawl through eye sockets and over femurs. It's charming. Let's get the rest of this stuff first. Great sword. I don't think it's all that great a sword. That bear hide. Bear hides are highly valued. I'll bet they are. We beat the game now, that's right. Listen, this bear attacked an innocent guy that just stumbled into his cave. You know? Okay, now I gotta talk to the dude. I gotta talk to whoever the heck this is. A figure drifts suspended in the musty air of the cavern. Its form and features blur and twist in cascading ripples of incandescence. You feel its energy eddying about your limbs, filling them with a heavy chill. You reach out a hand for the spirit. In the moment of contact, you feel as if you've been struck a blow, head reeling as you tumble helplessly into a waiting darkness. Light blooms at the edges of your vision. You feel the sun at your back and the weight of a bow in your hand. You know suddenly that you have come a long way from the vale hunting deer. Now you are standing before a cavern and the darkness extends far into its depths. Even so, your friend strides out before you, his red cloak flapping at his heels. You follow, heart hammering in your chest as he leads you deeper into the cavern. Bear, hide! Now I find the bear cubs explain how he killed their mom and then killed him too. No, I actually raise them as my own, and then they become my 2 awesome bear protectors. That's the way it goes down. There is a roar like thunder, echoing around you. Fear seizes you, casts you stumbling back towards the exit, towards light and escape. You see a glint of steel, and there is a sudden, terrible flash of agony behind your knee. You scream, stumble, fall. Your thoughts are chaos, lanced through with pain. But in a moment of terrible clarity, you see your friend look back from the mouth of the cavern, his dagger daubed in crimson to match his cloak. Oh my god, that guy that we ran into, freaking... It wasn't the bear who killed him. The guy, he hamstrung him. That guy that we met at the opening of this map freaking backstabbed this guy. Oh, snap, son. And then there was a great dark shape above you, and then there was more pain. Wow. The vision recedes, and you are thrown back into yourself with seemingly resentful force. The corpse lies at your feet, and the specter lingers. In the span of energy between you both, you feel a sense of questioning, of confusion, of anger. What's up, Insect? Hey, what's up, Acadrian? This game's awesome, man. I met him on the road, your friend. I'm not a clergyman. You were betrayed. Only a fool couldn't see it coming. I'm not going to say that. You're dead, spirit. There's nothing for you here. I met him on the road, your friend. I used to be an adventurer like you, but then I took a dagger to the knee. A sudden lashing anger emanates from the spirit. Rage and grief seem to pour from the gleaming figure like smoke. I'll find him and see that he answers for what he's done to you. For a moment, the spirit seems to burn bright, and your head fills with a sickly triumph. The spirit seems to weaken with the force of its own exultation, growing fainter and fainter until you are alone once more. Ah, I have to confront Nantan. That bastard Nantan.
Indeed.
Can I not loot him? Oh no, the bear still killed him. I mean, number one, the bear still killed him. Number two, the bear was not going to let me, like, gently walk past him. I don't have, like, talk with bear skill. So... Wow, man. Snap. Snap, son. Alright, let's go down. It's time to confront Nantan. Nantan, you will pay! Yes. So far, I'm really liking it, Acadrian. I told you... everything I saw about this game at, like, Gen Con and everywhere that I saw it, I was really impressed. Really impressed. I did loot the chest, Tanuki. I already looted it. I got a great sword from it. And yeah, I know I need to use scouting to check for hidden stuff. I need to remember to do more of that. But what I'm not going to do is walk through every single map, like, creeping along, but yes. What's up, Law? Well, bear with me, Apples, and you'll see. That bastard already left. Bastard RZ out. Man. It's freaking Audi 5000 already. Oh, he lives in the nearby town of Gilded Vale. Well, hamstrung him as he attempted to escape the bear. Interesting. Well, I'm heading back to Gilded Vale anyway, so... You will pay for your act of treachery, Nantan. I have heard of a game called Dungeon of the Endless. Yep. I actually gave it away on my channel. I think I played a little bit of Dungeon of the Endless. It's okay. I'm not really into those style of games, honestly, but that doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's just not necessarily my thing. I'm a Ranger of Vengeance. Now I'm, what's-his-face from Shadow of Mordor. Now I'm that dude. I must find Nantan. Also, who the hell are you? The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthy and sweet, winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-colored hair leaning against a mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but his look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half.
Could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
I'm sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What are you talking about?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
What makes you think I was interested in the dwarf woman? He looks at you a moment, his brow arched, his smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Impossible, I don't drool half as much. Ha! So you're already familiar. Still, you'll have to forgive my curiosity. Round here, we prefer to turn a blind eye to our dead. Do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Let's not use that word round here. There'll be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come to these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
You think you're going to be hanged?
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
The war? Saints' War. Only one in my lifetime. Fella decides he's the living incarnation of Aethys. Overthrows Ridceris, marches on Deerwood. So we gave him a Deerwooden hello. What's a Deerwooden hello?
Blew him up.
Who's Aethys? God of rebirth and redemption. Formerly, anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from. I had other questions. Why was your headman hanged? Got involved. Rhetoric sent men down here the other day. Said they had it on good authority someone in town was working with Kolsk, plotting Rhetoric's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. Do you guys get the feeling that I'm going to have to deal with Rhetoric? We see this coming, right? This guy's a bastard nobleman who does all this crap to people. I'm clearly going to have to deal with Rhetoric, right? I see this coming down the pike. This is happening at some point. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, that's my headman, he steps up and says it's him. It took him at his word. Bound to happen sooner or later, if not for plotting against Rhetoric, then for protecting me. What's your town have against you?
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to.
Yep.
Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Raedric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
You can see why I was eager to leave. Who's Kolsk? Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. Okay, if you're next to be hanged, why the hell are you still here? Drinking, mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Widewind's legacy started with Widewind. Could travel together. Where are you headed? Some place called Caed Nua. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say Watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before.
Nice.
Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger. And a strange one at that. But, truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
Making fun of my hat. There's a fine reason if I ever heard one.
Alright then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
Nice. Booyah. Alright.
Hey.
Now we got ourselves a new companion. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Alright, what do you got? You've got Saint's War Armor. Recovery speed minus 35%. Pierce proofed. Grants second chance. Okay. What about your weapon? You've got a saber. Saber. Okay. Got a medium shield. Also got a war bow. And what is that? Cape. Alright. What you do need, though, is you need a helm, sir. You need you a helm, or at least a hood. You need a hood. What else do you need? I'm going to give you a torch right now. You probably could use... Medium shield is better. Nah, that saber is better than anything he's got. So. Yeah, look at that. There you go. Except I don't want you, except, that's good except not red. Not red, I'm going to get confused. Yeah. That's right. And, let's see, for you, let's make that into something different. Nah. No. What? No. This music is solid. Looks like that hood. There you go. I don't actually know if you can change the portrait. I'm not sure. Alright, he's got knockdown. He's got defender. He can do defender, and then he's got saber. Okay, cool.
Yes?
Excellent. Alright.
Of course.
So I got my companion. So that's good. Now we're starting to put together a crew. Now we're starting to get a crew together. I dig it. Except, let's sort of reverse things here. There we go. Yeah. I don't want my wizard in front. I'm going to say that's a bad idea. Okay. Alright, let's save it, and then... Let's see. Let's save this. And then I gotta go find what's-his-face. The Fellowship of the Arv. I need to find, what's-his-face. Fragments of a Scattered Faith. Okay, well, I'm going to Merwald anyway, but before I do that, I need to find what's-his-face. Nanton. Nanton! Okay. I don't suppose Nanton's house is going to be here someplace. Windmill. See, maybe in the inn? Let's find out about that. Petitions. Yeah, you know, I'm okay with the portraits for right now. Actually, it was a little creeped out because when I was creating things yesterday, my portrait actually looked very much like my character. So I was a little surprised by it, to be perfectly honest. Although, actually, I guess if he lives in the town... If he lives in the town, he's not going to be in the inn, is he? Alright, I need to find Nanton. Actually, I'm just going to call him Nanton, because it's annoying. Yeah, no, I know. Where is this backstabbing bastard? Did I already do these ones? I think I did this already. Okay. Yeah, there's parts of it that reminded me of, like, reminded me of Skyrim. There's a couple spots that reminded me of, like, being inside a Draugr tomb in Skyrim. There's other parts that seem, like, Baldur's Gate-y to me. For sure. Cow. Where is this guy? Where's Nanton? Where is he? I know, right, man? I know it. It's really a beautiful game. There's that bastard. Look at you, you son of a... Hi. This man and woman appear to have been deep in conversation, working at closing two bulging satchels. They move to embrace until the woman notices your approach and pauses, her smile faltering a little.
Hail, traveler.
Can we help you? She looks to her companion, brows furrowing with confusion. Do you know this man, Nanton? Nanton coughs. Yes, I think we met in the Valewood. I warned him about the bear. He inclines his head. Glad to see you made it. Was there something else you wanted? You two are in good spirits for people who just lost a friend. That's unkind of you to say. Wow. This guy hamstrung his friend so he could end up with the wife. That's what this was. He killed his friend so he could get with a wife. You son of a... I want to step forward very casually. And I want to be like, with my arrow at my back, right? And I want to be very casually and be like, I'd like to introduce you to something that I call a revenant. Now, chat, would you do me a favor and would someone do ! Look up revenant? R-E-V-E-N-A-N-T. One of my favorite words. If you wouldn't mind just telling me about what a revenant is. Yeah, exactly. It's an episode of Jerry Springer. Oh, no, you didn't. It's more than a person who returns. A revenant is also a vengeful spirit. So, I'm relieved to be rid of this terrible place. It's all. It cost me the greater part of my life, and now my husband, and I'm glad to be free of it. I know what really happened in that bear cave, Nanton. I don't know what you mean. I told you the truth of it. Are you accusing him of something? Ingrid looks to Nanton, touching his arm. If this is about the accident, we're both grieving Pearlie's loss, but it was a wild animal's doing. Nanton shakes his head minutely. What would make you suggest such a thing? Let's see. I had a vision in the cave. I saw Pearlie's last moments as he lived them. I saw you cut him with a knife. That's not possible. Nanton stares at you. How could you possibly know? His hand falls to his sword belt. I left no sign. Nanton, wait. Ingrid raises a hand. I don't know what you saw in that cave, but this isn't what you think. Pearlie, my husband, he was as much a beast as that bear. I tried to leave the first time I suffered his temper. Oh, double plot twist. But he wouldn't have it. She looks away, expression pained. Nantan, we met and I knew I'd found someone special. Someone kind, who cared for me. Please, all we want is to leave this place. To start somewhere else. She looks down at the satchels. We've some coins saved up. You could have it if you'll only let us go. Oh, man. So, he killed Pearlie, but he killed Pearlie because he was abusing Pearlie's wife. Yeah, unless he's BSing me though. If he's bullshitting me, it's not going to help, right? Oh, man. I'm not going to do aggressive. Everyone dies, no facts, no lies. Oh. I'm trying to decide. I mean, I have to admit that I have a particularly soft spot in my heart for people who try to protect women from abuse. So, if that's what's actually going on here... But the thing is, I don't know. They could have been lying, too. I'm torn between 2 and 4. I'm torn between saying, whatever your reasons, you caused a man's death, I'm taking this to the magistrate, or keep the money, use it to start your new life. 2 and 4. You can't do this. There were other options, too. I don't know what you think you'd tell the magistrate. A story about a dream you had? Nantan sneers. But you won't take this from us. Not when we're so close, and not for that wretched Pearlie. Oh, gosh.
Yes?
Hmm?
Aye?
Hmm?
Yes?
I managed to get someone with me. I'm not crazy about how that went down, but like, I don't know, man. You know what? Wait a minute now. A ring of deflection, 20 gold. I don't... Great job. Mission passed. Respect. I don't know. I'm not feeling great about it. I don't know whether that was the right thing to do, honestly. But it just feels so sketchy. Like, it just feels like... This I'm obviously giving to you. I don't know, man. It just feels sketchy, like, oh no, well there's this, like, there's no proof of any of this. Like, there's seriously no proof of any of what was just said there. So, I don't really know. I don't know, man. 14 to 21. 13 to 19. It's not as good. I don't feel good about any of that. I know, right? Did I overlook something?
Keeping an eye out.
Just want to see if there's anything hidden anywhere. I don't know. Broken Stone War. Is there a clue? Please give me a clue. This Battle of San Reed is half empty. I mean... Ugh. I don't feel good about that at all, but I don't know how to read. I don't know that I would be able. I don't know that redoing it would do anything, because I mean I feel like. I don't know that there's information. Yeah, it could be the crow. I don't know, man. The thing is, what I didn't like about that whole setup for that, I thought it was cool in the game. What I didn't like about what they were saying is I come in and they're all like, oh, what? I'm just, you know, happy to get out of there. And then all of a sudden they change their tune and they're like, no, he was a beast. He was a terrible guy. And I'm like, you had no other options except to have your guy like hamstring him in a bear cave? I don't... And it wasn't like I said, to hell with you and killed him, try to kill them. I was just like, I'm just going to go to the magistrate. I don't know. The Deerwood Part 2, The Broken Stone War. In 2626 AI, a group of farmers, while clearing farmland for planting, accidentally knocked down one of the ancient Aedra menhirs on their land. This innocent act drew the ire of the native population and started what would come to be known as the Broken Stone War. When it was finally over, several thousand colonists had been killed, as well as hundreds of the Glanfithans. Even though the war was technically over, the Glanfithans escalated their attacks on settlers over the next 2 years, using vicious tactics that left many colonists, several military figures, an earl, and 6 thanes dead. Unable to stop the Glanfithan attacks, the earls elected Earl Edrang Hadred to the position of Griff. Well respected and known to be a master of military tactics, he was tasked with dealing with the Glanfithan threat. Edrang fought with the Glanfithans, led by an Orlan named Regid, for the next 2 years. Neither side can gain the upper hand on the other, resulting in tense stalemate between the two groups. Because of this stalemate, the hostilities slowly died off, and in 2631, the Deerwooden people signed a treaty with the Glanfithans. Regid would step down, the Glanfithans would stop their attacks altogether, and the Deerwooden people would leave the ruins alone. This treaty angered the nobility in Aedir as it brought to a halt the supply of artifacts. Edrang also tried to get the practice of slavery outlawed, but this was not successful. Because of this, the peace between the Deerwood and Eir Glanfath is uneasy and tumultuous. Small patches of rural violence still cropped up, but were easily dealt with as neither side wanted another war. Man, the inadvertent tense shifts in there are real. I thought about reloading it. Well, I'll come back to the reloading thing in a moment. I did talk to the NPC. That's this guy, Glog. Ader right here is the dude who was standing right next to the tree. So I did talk to him. Could be a mix of both. She's abused. This man was willing to do anything, killing her to protect her. Not sure how far that line of thinking would carry him, though. It sounds dangerous. Well, I see that now. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Talking for Radek, you could have told him about a murdering. Oh, put it in the hands of that dude. Yeah, but then the thing is not. But I couldn't do it. The thing is that the minute I leave that place, they're going to get the hell out of Dodge. So if I go and tell them, get out of my sight, and then I run to the magistrate, it's not, by the time I leave there, they're already gone and left the house, was my impression. Oh, not the Aid of the other one. Yeah, the magistrate guy. The magistrate guy. The problem I have with this is that, because Jedi, the thing is, I would think so, but you got to remember, the authorities in this town suck. Okay, the authorities in this town are terrible. I mean, they're abusive. Like, they have a freaking gallows tree where they just hang bodies of people that look at them sideways. So I could understand that she wouldn't feel like she was going to get very far with them. But the problem is just like, I wish there had been an option to say something like, you know, why didn't you, you know, go to tell somebody? Why wouldn't you tell the authorities? What, you know, some option like that, other than like, either get out of my sight, or yeah, give me the money, or I'm going to kill you myself, or I'm taking it to the magistrate. I felt like the most even-handed thing to do was to take it to the magistrate, and then decide, you know, sort of figure out what we had there. Is there? Alright, well, you know what we'll do? Before we reload it, the thing I'm thinking about with the reloading it is I'm worried about sort of like save scumming. Well, no, I mean, it's not a bad idea, Jedi, per se, in most places, but in this environment, I'm not 100% sure. Whoops. I want to go talk to... I'll go talk to that person. I'll go talk to the magistrate. But my suspicion is that... You know, we'll find out. We'll find out. We'll see what he says.
I have received confirmation that Lord Radric's heir was not born well. My lord has issued an injunction on all new homesteads until he can be assured that the village has been cleansed of all Eothasians and whatever other undesirables that have brought this curse upon his lands. It would be best if you left town as soon as possible. I would suggest returning to your old home. There will be no place for you here. You may stay at the inn until you can make the necessary arrangements, but I would not advise remaining long. I expect Lord Radric will be most thorough in his efforts to purify this place.
I'd like to report a murder. As is your duty. What was happened? What was happened? Uh-oh. QA problem! No, those people hung from the tree are not necessarily criminals. Those people hung from the tree are people that pissed the magistrate off. And a lot of them were animancers. They were basically people that were trying to give the Lord an heir by having his child born with a soul. And a lot of them got killed as a result. Basically, anyone that pissed him off seemed to have ended up on this tree. So, the man called Nontinus killed his friend Pearly out in the wilds. A cruel and cowardly deed, if indeed it occurred at all. What evidence do you have? I had a vision of the victim's final moments. I saw the crime unfold. A vision? We do not take such accusations lightly in these parts. Next time you feel inclined to jest about such things, I would suggest you reflect upon the risks involved. Looks pointedly at the tree. Let's see. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important everyone in Gilded Vale understand our rules. You should have no problem continuing on. Trust me when I say it would be best if you were not here when Lord Radric's men are dispatched from the hold. They'll be looking for anyone who might have brought the legacy upon us, whose very presence might have polluted his wife's womb. They will extinguish all possibilities. Tell me about Lord Radric. He comes from a line of nobles who have defended these lands since Idair times. Radric II was an early supporter of Deerwoodian independence during the Revolution, and the current lord's father perished in the Saints' War. Hollowborn began appearing in the Deerwood shortly after the war's end. Lord Radric has taken it upon himself to purge the curse from Gilded Vale. His measures have been severe, but necessary. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to have been enough to protect his heir. The Saints' War? Our age's most egregious example of man's madness. 15 years ago, the people of Ridsiris decided that Widewind, their living saint, was the literal incarnation of the god Aethys. Urgid wrinkles his pinched nose. The supposed saint took it upon himself to liberate the Deerwood. Supposedly from allegiances to less worthy gods, but I've never known an army to conquer a land for its people's own good. The war lasted about a year, but you can guess what that year did to the worship of Aethys in the Deerwood. Lord Radric's forebears had all been Eothasians, but after his father fell defending us from those fanatics, he personally saw that the temple of Aethys here in town was shut down. Points at a few near ruined walls near the tree. What's up, Dorgo? Yeah, I don't know whether I should have... I mean, what evidence? Like, I could go get evidence? I'd like to know more about Gilded Vale. We're a frontier village, as are most settlements in the Deerwood. Gilded Vale hasn't grown much since its establishment in the colonial days, and the last 15 years have seen our population shrink further. He takes in the ramshackle houses and half-fallen fences. Hence our recruitment of fresh settlers. Indeed. Why has Gilded Vale's population been shrinking? Widewind's legacy, of course. Many women have had difficulty bearing healthy children of late. A few years ago, Lord Radric decreed that no mothers of Hollowborn are to be allowed in Gilded Vale. His mouth tightens into a firm line. His lordship dwelt so swiftly with the objectors. It may be harsh, but if it purges us of this curse, is it not worth it? No. Tell me about those ruins behind the tree. That's what's left of the Temple of Eothas. Lord Redrick forbade worship of the dead god after the Saints' War. It's been abandoned for almost 15 years, but there are plans to rededicate it to Barath, the god of life and death. Abandoned because some nice lord decided to pull it down because he was scared of its god even after it died. Barath's a good choice, though. I like it. Barath believes in cycles. I like to think that what happened to that temple will get repaid someday soon. Enough about Gilded Vale. Goodbye. If only the bear was still alive, he could be our witness. Well, I mean, actually... Oh, crap. I wonder... All right, let me try... Let me try reloading the quick load. Just want to try something quickly.
How do you do?
I just want to go report it and see. I just want to go and see if I can report it differently. Hey, welcome back, Lego.
Of course.
I'll talk to the magistrate. I just want to see if I can, like, what happens if I give him more evidence.
I have received confirmation. It would be better. Whatever your problem, it sounds... But if you're set...
Okay, so it doesn't make a difference. Blar. Nah, I don't want to min-max it like that. I don't want to reload it like that. I don't want to min-max it like that. But crap. I think it was this one. I don't want to min-max it like that. I mean, I still feel like she may have been right, but you can't attack me. I mean, you can't attack me and get away with it, is basically the problem. I didn't attack them. I could easily have done that. Ally, faintly good.
I shall.
See, that's the thing. It says I killed Ingrid and Nanton for the parts they played in Pearlie's death. Eh. I don't know, man. That's... Oh, hey, look at that. Whoa. You see a pennant waving tall and sluggish in the wind, a rising sun embroidered on the banner. The vanguard of a small troop of paladins. The atmosphere is buoyant if restrained, and their armor has not yet been tarnished by the elements. This expedition is fresh, young. Yeah, generally I'm with you, Dragon. Generally I'm with you, but I feel like I don't want to second guess every decision that I make on that level. I mean, I think it's possible, but like... Oh, these guys with souls are Kickstarter backers. Oh. Interesting. At their head stands a commander, awkward in full armor but determined in step. Despite the excitement of his fellows, he does not smile. There's a twist to his mouth, his countenance grim. He throws up a hand, halting his troop. Silence falls among them, revealing a dark thunder deep and low. He orders them to ready their weapons and spread out. Eyes dart from horizon to horizon, necks twisting to see the source of the sound. In the distance, dust and lightning rise from the ground as Stygian clouds race toward them overhead. The soldiers stand, only the staccato movement of their breath betraying their nerves. The commander closes his eyes, calling a blessing down on his troop. Invigorated, invincible, they wait as the enemy draws closer, poised to attack. You know what I am going to do, though? I am going to check in the inn, and I want to just look in the inn quickly and see if anyone can comment on this. Also, not for nothing, but so much a settlement. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Villagers, what do you know about Pearly? Tell me about Pearly. Speak. Speak, Pearly.
Greetings.
Hey, what's up, Stolpen? Okay, how are we doing on experience? 4,096 of 6,000. 4,036 of 6,000. And 3,957 of 6,000. Okay. Surprised I'm not looking for work. No, I got, I'm pretty good with, my guys so far. Who are you, then? Another fool come to answer Redrick's invitation? Our great lord had my sister run out of town after the buoy was born. She was the only family I had left. Not sure where she is now. Blazes, I need another drink. She left town years ago. Alright. Okay. Well. Yeah, it is what it is. I don't feel great about it, but to me, they didn't even do anything like, it wasn't even like they said, wait, can we let us explain our side of the story. Like, immediately he's like, we're gonna kill you to prove it. I was like, what? That was the other thing. Offra's worried about her child. Oh, really? We have a child in distress? Let's go deal with that subject, and then we're going to head south and deal with the Smith stuff. Yeah, I don't think I made the wrong call there, exactly. There you go. A dear wooden woman is standing in front of the fireplace humming a quiet tune to herself. One perhaps to her unborn child, for she is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you
Hail
enter.
and well met.
Well, finally, I was starting to think... The woman makes a startled noise when she turns around and sees you. Oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting someone else. Can I help you? Nice cat. Oh, thank you. She's a sweetheart. Keeps the home clear of mice, too. I just arrived in Gilded Vale. I thought I'd get to know the locals. Were you with one of the caravans? Master Odima's by chance? Why do you ask? My sister, Kaliska, is traveling with one of the caravans. Oh, snap. Oh, this is Kaliska's sister that she told us about. Yeah, about Kaliska. She sent a letter before she came. Said she was going to pay her way by working as a guard for the caravan master. She always was a tough one. I don't suppose you've seen her on the road, or the caravan, perhaps? It's Master Odima's. The caravan was attacked and we escaped, but Kaliska was caught in a bivouac. Offra covers her mouth with a hand, eyes wide with horror. For a few moments she can manage nothing but a strangled, voiceless gasping, her eyes brimming with tears. I knew! I told her it was a dangerous path to take. Kaliska was always so certain she could take on any danger. Oh, my poor sister. I'm sorry, stranger. I can't believe she's gone. If only I hadn't called her here. If I hadn't written to her, she might still be alive somewhere. Offra's face crumbles and a solitary tear slides down her cheek. Quit your sniveling. How are you going to raise a child? How are going to raise a child if you're this weak? Kaliska mentioned she thought you needed help. Perhaps I can provide some assistance. Offra looks at you with some surprise before dabbing at her nose with a sleeve. That's kind of you to offer, but I don't know if I could impose this on you. It's not a small favor. Yeah, about Kaliska. It wasn't my fault. Don't blame me. I'm worried about the baby. About the legacy. I told Kaliska as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in Gilded Vale has been soulless, empty. It's happened to so many mothers. And Lord Rederick, he's exiled all of them, calling it a sign of the gods' disfavor. With my Hathor gone, I don't know how I'd manage if I lost my home, too. I hoped Kaliska could help me. They say Ranga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent a child being hollowborn. But she moved south to Anslug's Compass 2 seasons ago. The journey's too far for me. I can't make it as I am. But I don't have anyone else now with Kaliska gone. Please, can you help?